Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy. Welcome to my world. I'm going to be working on a project that I started last year and haven't had much need to do any real updates to for some time, but I've got a few tweaks I wanted to make and some improvements, and we're going to do that this evening. So it's a project of mine called Quickemu. How loud is that music this evening? Seems quite loud. So it's a project of mine called Quickemu, and hello Yannick, how you doing? And it's a simple wrapper that sits around QEMU to make virtual machine management very simple from the command line. Hello Linux Paul, how you doing? Welcome back, good to see you again. So this is going to be ripping out a feature to replace it with something else sort of thing. So let's go and look at the project, and then we'll you're fighting with a snap and the snap wins. Oh right, well I'm about to do the opposite of that. I'm about to remove snap support from something. So that's a juxtapose after this morning's stream, I suppose. So let's move to the code window. Here we go. So this is the project. It's called Quickemu, and it's a simple shell script that sits around QEMU and uses very minimal configuration files for each VM. So the idea being, it was really designed for the Ubuntu Mate QA team to be able to start virtual machines really easily. And why the configuration's easy is it does things like this, for example. Automatically works out what the correct screen resolution for the virtual machine should be to fit on the smallest monitor you have on your system. And it will also automatically work out what the appropriate number of cores to assign to the VM is based on your machine's configuration. Same for RAM. Disk space is set to a default, but you can override it. You can do USB pass-through, and it takes advantages of things like Virtual, which is sort of pseudo accelerated graphics inside the virtual machine. Now, in order to achieve all of that, it was originally done by sorry, Yannick's posting things, we're trying to ignore him. It was originally using a snap called QEMU Virtual, which had all of that acceleration stuff built into it. But current versions of QEMU in the Debian and Ubuntu archive, and most other Linux distributions, have that integrated now. So in order to sort of broaden ease of use across different distros, and also maintaining the snap is quite a lot of work. What I'm doing is now just having it use a host installed QEMU, and it will try and do the right thing. So that's the goal. I did commit a few minor changes, mostly to keep things like shell check happy and stuff like that earlier. So a typo, an unused variable, make shell check happy, add a missing function keyword. And then these were ones that I'd had uncommitted for ages since I'd got my new machine. So accounting for high core and high RAM systems to allocate RAM and stuff to the VM appropriately. So that's what I had earlier, and then here this is the thing opened up in Visual Studio Code, and I have a few outstanding edits that I was just going to go through and get those committed, because this is a collection of things that I've been working on mostly over the weekend. Now, part of the reason that I'm revisiting Quickemu is because a friend of mine, who shall remain nameless for the moment, but you know who you are, approached me with an idea for QEMU and this is kind of a precursor to that other little side project. So hello again, Jeff, how you doing? So these are the uncommitted changes. So most of these changes are to do with hey TC, how you doing? Thanks very much for stopping by again. Most of these changes are to not be dependent on the snap anymore, but to use a host installed version of QEMU. And some of the changes are to accommodate deprecations in the way that newer versions of QEMU are used. So these are a bunch of edits, and I'm going to go through these and sort of roll them up. Now I'm not going to do it top down. There was one that I did initially, which was to remove a flag to say use the system QEMU. So we'll go and do that now, because that was sort of the start of all of this. And curiously, that bit of code's down here, so we can stage this. So this was the thing saying if we're using the system thing, then don't do this. We can stage that. We can stage this because there is no system QEMU flag anymore. We can stage all of this. In fact, there's an extra line here, so we'll do this discreetly. Hello, Ali. Thank you very much. Oh, you've raided us. Hey, that never happens. Nice one. Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing your friends over. How you doing? Oh, hang on. Why did that do that? It's not going to jump. It's going to jump around every time I do this. Really? That's annoying. Well, we'll have that as well. So I'm just picking these lines. So this is working out, was QEMU found? Yes or no? Is that good or bad? So there's some lines underneath which I'm not going to make part of this commit, because this is kind of like a new bit. I'll commit that in a moment. So that's fine. This is part of it as well, so it now looks for the icon in the system path. This is to do with deprecations. That was something else. That's deprecations. That's something else. Also deprecations, we'll get to these in just a moment. This one here is the system one. This is updating due to changes in QEMU, and this is all related to not using a snap. So let's go and take those. So that is everything, I think, regarding the path changes to say use a host installed QEMU. I think we've got everything there. So there we go. Let's just check. So this is what I've got staged. So yes, that's for EFI boot. That's the stuff for Mac. Oh, that's the other thing. So Quickemu has the smarts built into it, so that it knows how to do VMs for Windows 10 and Mac OS. So you can run full Windows and Mac OS inside the machines that Quickemu manages, and it will automatically do the right thing when you tell it that this is a Mac OS machine. All you have to do is just say guest is Mac OS, and it will do what's required. And you may know of a snap called Sosumi, and that the work for this was derived from that Alan made. Right then, so we will say remove dependency on qemu Virgil. So that's that done. That's my sign-in key. Okay, there we go. So that's that much done. If we go back to here, this is just white space, so that's not super important. So this is another change. So by default, the other thing that Quickemu does is it uses SDL as the display technology as opposed to GTK. Now the reason it does this is that you can better manage, better coerce the resolution of the screen or screens when you're using SDL versus GTK. And I've also noticed that some of the acceleration features, for whatever reason, just don't seem to work when you use GTK as the window toolkit, for want of a better description, because I think it's really just using it as a canvas. So this is correct, but you wouldn't get to use it because by default it says to use SDL for everything. So what we'll do is we will just stage all of that because that's all related, and none of this is the same. None of this is the same issue. Okay, none of that's the same, and that's a different feature. So let's just check that's all good. So we'll say update so we'll just do that. So this is all things to do with manipulating the virtual monitors, virtual screens that QEMU stands up. So that's all part of the automatic sort of system enumeration to figure out what needs to do, and just some of the parameters have changed in newer versions. I think the QEMU Virtual Snap is based on QEMU 4.2.0, and this now targets QEMU 6.00 as a minimum requirement. So let's commit that here. That's this version check here. So this actually grabs the version and then basically removes all of the cruft around it to turn it into an integer, and then just does a simple integer comparison to see whether or not it's a current version. So let's just say check for minimum supported QEMU version. That's that. You can see my friend Mark is just playing games. I've still got Steam open somewhere. Maybe I should shut that. That might help calm the GPUs down a little bit. Exit. There we go. Right then, on what's remaining. So that's white space. So this was to do with simple deprecation. So that's a deprecation fix as is, this as is, that, and this one, and that one, and that one. That is all of those. So deprecated, I think they call them shorthand code. Shorthand. Deprecated. Syntax. Let's try and spell all the words the right way, shall we? Okay, let me just tuck that to one side. Oh, that doesn't help me. I'm sure I've typed it correctly. Okay, let's commit that one. So, and then the last few changes that I've got here are We know that's white space. I don't know why I ever did this. I don't know why I added potential extra parameter pass-through, because that's never going to happen. The whole point of Quickemu is you just say Quickemu this VM and it does it. So this is actually, I've spotted this because shell check alerted me to it, and I didn't fully understand what shell check was complaining about at first, but I get it now. Okay, this is remove unused arguments. That's that. So that is, and then we got this one remaining. We'll just do this now, and then we've just got white space. Right, so that's the end of that. So this uses QEMU 6.0, or wants to use QEMU 6.0. Now, if you go and look in Ubuntu 20.04, I think it's 5.2. So another thing that I have done is over on that there launchpad. I've created a PPA. Hello, Navy Cat. Welcome back. How you doing? So I've created a new PPA. I think I made a, well, I tried something out when I made this PPA. Why is it not loading? Oh, it has. Sorry. Down here, it's called Quickemu. It's the name. Let's just. I said build debug symbols and publish debug symbols, and that was a big mistake, because this PPA is like over 5 gigabytes now as a result of doing that. But in this PPA, you will find QEMU version 6, which I've taken from the current impish sort of in development tree and backported it to Hirsute, which is 2104. And also backported it to Focal, which is 2004, obviously, because an awful lot of people are running Focal. Now, my plan is this. So in order to port to Focal, I had to do a simple deb helper change, which is trivial, but it was also missing. No, it wasn't. It was the same trick as the other thing, using a build PPA to pull in newer versions of build tools like Mason. But the other thing that was missing from Focal was liburing that this requires. So I've backported that as well, current version. Yes, Navy Cat. Yeah, I saw that glib was migrated out of proposed, and consequently the tidal wave of other packages it was holding up also migrated along with it. So yes, Mate 126 is now fully released for 2004 in the PPA and 2104 in the PPA, and then in the archive 2110. So we've got current versions of QEMU here, and I'm not sure I've installed those on this machine, so maybe I should do that. Let's open up a terminal and just get the current version installed. In fact, let's just do, I don't even have QEMU installed at all, but I do have QEMU Virgil, which we don't need anymore. So we'll remove QEMU Virgil. We'll purge its data as we go. Oh, did I type that correctly? I did. There we go. So we'll remove that because we won't require it. And actually, we should just test that all of the harnesses work, because it's rare that I don't have a QEMU somewhere on my system. So let's go here and .run quickemu. Do that. There we go. QEMU not found. Please install QEMU. So that's fine. So sudo apt add repository collection.org quickemu. So my idea is that instead of just backporting qemu, I could create a wrong password. I could create a Debian package of Quickemu itself and put that in the PPA, and then in the depends and recommends and suggests of the Quickemu deb package, it can provide, you know, all of the things that it requires, so that you can just add the PPA, install Quickemu, and then you get all of the tools out of the box, which I think will just be a little bit easier than having a document that says clone this Git repository and then add this PPA, install all of these extra packages. If you just say add this PPA, install this package, and everything happens, I think that'll be a bit more tidy. So we've added the PPA, so now we'll apt install qemu. That's not enough. qemu system. There we go. I think that looks more like what it is. So qemu system is the package which actually grabs most of what's required here. So what have we got here? We've got some ROMs, the BIOS. So we'll have a little look around in a moment and see if qemu system is as much as I need to know about. Hello, Mr. Hazen. How you doing? Ah, oh, right then. So we're trying out this software development category on Twitch again. It seems to be the place to be for doing this sort of thing now. Also, if anyone who's in the chat now is in the chat when I end this stream, try and remind me to find a channel to raid. I am so bad at not doing that. I think I've only ever done it once. I need to get way better. So my idea is to actually go into the software development category and find someone in there. So yeah, it's what I've got. I don't know if you can hear it. Hopefully the AI is filtering it out, but I've got a fan next to me fully blowing at me. I can start a stream for you to raid if you want. Very good, Yannick. Right then, so that should be everything we need. Some of the places that we get stuff installed is going to be here. So here's the like EFI firmware and the BIOS and stuff like that. In QEMU there is all of this stuff with firmware directories. Oh, what did I do there? Oh, I see. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, anyway. So I think that has installed everything that Quickemu will require. So if I now go to my Quickemu directory in my home, I should be able to Quickemu. Well, let's do Ubuntu Mate Dev, because that will have been recently updated. Here we go. So I think that may have opened it off on a different screen. Let's just bring this down. So here we go. Here's the VM that's got kicked up. If I just move that to one side a little bit, we can see here that it's using QEMU user bin, this one, version 6. That's excellent. I've got it set to legacy boot. And the guest is Linux optimized, go us, and then it tells us where the disks are, and then it's automatically allocated 16 CPU cores and 32 gigs of RAM. This is the resolution of the window by default. This is the virt.io driver, which we use on Linux because then we can enable GL and Virtual 3D to then provide a reasonable amount of acceleration. It's not pass through or anything like that, but it's it's way better than LLVM pipe. And then it says here, Home Martin will not be exported to the guest because it couldn't find SMBD. So in the snap that I made, I put in just enough Samba that it would automatically map your current home directory inside the VM if you wanted it to. It does it automatically, and there's a command line option to have it not do that. And then the other thing it does is it automatically uses a port range up here to then map SSH of the guest to the host, so that if you've got an SSH server installed on the guest, you can automatically just SSH through. So it does a little port probe to figure out a suitable port number to open up for the guest. And then here is our VM. Oh, I've done this crazy thing. Oh, that's broken it. Let's but I don't need to do it gracefully. We'll just do that. Start it again. There we go. So that's the VM. And then, VMs, if you've ever configured VirtualBox, this was my main motivation for doing this, that, configuring VirtualBox, you end up going over and over and over the same. Click this, turn that on, change this to this, dun, 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 and you're endlessly clicking on things. I'll just kill this. In order to sort of try and make it as easy as possible, this is what a configuration file looks like for a VM. So here you'd say boot legacy, or you can put EFI in there and you want what your guest OS is, and that can be Windows, Linux or Mac OS. You then give it the path to an ISO, and what it'll do is, if that and then a path to the disk that it will use, the virtual disk, and if the virtual disk is empty, it will automatically boot from the ISO. But if the virtual disk is not empty, it won't boot from the ISO image. And then you can tell it how big you want the disk to be, and then if you want forward ports, you can do that here, Yannick. So there you go, you can choose your own SSH port if you want to. And this is where you forward USB devices. And I added this because I have Windows on a disk or an SSD in this system, and the only thing I use it for is updating firmware on devices. So doing this, passing through the USB, I've been able to update the firmware on some of my cameras, my earbuds, a mouse, a controller, a whole bunch of things by using a VM running underneath Linux and just passing through the USB disks. Yeah. Right then, and then Ali asks, is there provisioning, i.e. machine templates? There are templates of sorts. It doesn't do any like string interpolation or anything like that. But with the project, I do have, I think I have, oh, no, I don't. I have my own templates, but it's very simple. Maybe we should do something like that. Maybe we should just have create a machine for me. Create a Linux machine. Here's the ISO, and it will just spit out a template. But as you can see, there's not much to them. Now, you can override lots of this stuff as well. There's a whole bunch of things like the number of CPU cores, the disk space, the amount of RAM. All of that can be overridden. But the purpose of this is just to start a machine with as minimal fuss and effort, because it's designed for the QA team to just be able to bang up VMs really quickly and test out daily images without like any fuss and messing about. Yeah, it's an interesting idea as a Vagrant competitor. I hadn't considered that. It would probably be a good Vagrant competitor. I mean, I'll let you into a secret. I don't like Vagrant. I every time I ran into a vagrant configuration that was supposed to automatically do a load of stuff, I could guarantee hours of my life were about to go down the toilet because it never worked. Well, you could do that because as well. So Andy's saying, oh, I thought you meant it could run a script after boot, install, set up the guest. Well, it could do that using Cloud Init. But Cloud Init is not in desktop ISOs by default, but it's in most of the server ISOs for most of the distros. So you could use Cloud Init for that. Absolutely, that's what Cloud Init's designed to do. And that's definitely in RHEL and Ubuntu. I don't know about the others, but it's definitely in those. Anyway, so that's sort of basically how it works. But the next thing I need to do is now go and update the README, because this is clearly going to be different now. So let's just give this a quick bit of love. So that's what it does. Here's a front end to QEMU. No longer the snap. So we'll need, oh, actually we'll need a link for this, won't we, at some point. Okay, there's that. There's that. So, installation, clone this repository, add repository. My typing. Quickemu. So that's kind of it. We don't need to do. Oh, actually, so we could do install QEMU. So we could just replace. There we go. That'll do it. Download an ISO. So all of this should be the same. None of this should be any different. These instructions should be identical to what was there before. I just want to make sure any references. Oh, actually, so what we could do is we could ninja these, because these are a lie now. So we could do this and steal that line. Doink. Like that. It's a bit cheeky, but there we go. Get rid of that line there. And macOS. I was using this earlier. It works really well. So macOS has got a load of I/O support. It works. So ArchieRP asks, how does it work with macOS? I will show you. It works very well. Just one moment. I'll just make this change, and then I will show you. I think I have a macOS machine installed here. Let's just move over. Quickemu VM. Oh, I'm in the wrong path. Not development. Go to where my machines are. Yeah, I do. So Quickemu, macOS. Here we go. I'll just bring the window down onto the right machine. Hang on a second. So here's the boot, and then I'll just move over to boot Mac OS. I think this is Catalina. It's not Big Sur, but you know, it's Mac OS. Oh, I've got the display turned up too high. I'll oh, there we go. It's gonna work. It's gonna be tiny. Let me just move this off here. I'll just log in and set the resolution back to something sensible for the screen I'm streaming from. It's tiny. Oh, I'll have to start. I've broken this VM. I did something to it where I think I enabled high DPI support, and I can't actually navigate around it. Anyway, for the purposes of aside from me breaking the VM, it's nothing to do with Quickemu. This is macOS Catalina. It does work. Maybe I'll reinstall it a bit later and show you how that whole process goes. But yeah, it works just fine. I was surprised. There is a ton of IO support in macOS. Like if you go hunting around, there's loads of reference material from this independent developer that was contracted by Apple to add IO support. So I used that to figure out like what the optimal settings were in the Quickemu, the wrapper, specifically for how it starts macOS. So it's got as much acceleration as it can muster on macOS, but it doesn't have a fully accelerated video pipeline unless you enable IOMMU and do full second GPU video pass through. It's dangerous times, Linux Paul. I bought a 2015 MacBook Pro, you know, the last of the ones before there was the whole controversy about keyboards and touch bars and what have you. And I bought that when I rejoined the Ubuntu desktop team, because I felt like if I was going to do a good job of sort of guiding Ubuntu desktop, I really needed to be familiar with macOS and Windows. So I spent a bit of time playing with Windows 10 and macOS in order to see what was good. I mean, I was really surprised how productive I could be on macOS, and how, in terms of like command line, you know, opening a terminal and what have you, I could pretty much replicate everything I needed within moments, using much of the same scripts and configurations and things that I have already on Linux. It was very little in the way of massaging. It was terrific. And then I started to quota my time on macOS because I was a bit concerned that if I spent too much time using it, I'd never come back. It is good. I like it a lot. If I had to choose between Windows and macOS, I would probably go with macOS. It's decent. In fact, it's my phone is like 4 years old. My wife's due a new phone. Seriously considering iPhones this time round. So yeah. Right, where were we? We were editing this and making this look like it was sensible. And the other thing, okay, that never made it into the documentation, so that's fine. Add. Okay, that should be correct now. So, all of that's fine. Let's I have documented, for those of you that are interested in macOS, in the README for the Quickemu project, it explains how to install macOS. It's relatively straightforward. Takes a long time though. It takes about half an hour. But yeah, everything you need is there. And same for Windows. Alright, I think actually that's probably all I need to do the lightest of light touch changes. Because everything... Oh, we need a URL for QEMU, don't we? So let's just go and get the QEMU project. qemu.org, but of course. Right. There we go. That can go just there. How do they capitalize QEMU? All caps. Right then. That will do. Install. So let's just do installation. Let's do install QEMU. Right, let's change that too. Install Quickemu. There we go. Install QEMU. And then here we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ubuntu 2004. 2104. Don't need the PPA. Although, let's just say Ubuntu for now, because actually we're going to cheat eventually. We're going to make a package. So let's just have a look. So Paul says, it was nice to be able to copy my script to push my site posts and recipes to GitHub and not have to make any changes to it. Yeah, I have like all my dot files and everything in a dot file manager, and I checked out my dot file manager, and other than having to massage a couple of things like all my SSH keys, my GPG signing keys, I had to do a load of brew install, you know, stuff that I wanted, but it all just worked. It was great. ArchERP says, before I was using Arch Linux to work, but now I use macOS from the company, and I'm surprised how it's more simple to work on. Can you just highlight what you're up to there, ArchERP? Are you saying you're trying to get like tiling window managers running on macOS? I wasn't quite clear what you were driving up there. Hey, Pro Gamer, how you doing? Good to see you again. How are you? Right, okay, so there's the install QEMU Ubuntu. So that leaves it open for people from other distros to put in name of distro. Right. Doink. I think that is close enough. I think that will do. That is close enough. So let's go here. And we'll just say stage the whole file. And update readme. That's nice and easy. So, I don't know that there's any... Is there any new features I wanted to add? I think there is, but that's for another stream. The new feature is for another stream. I'm going to be joined by somebody. So, what I'm going to work on now is... Because I can't remember how to do this, and this came up on a stream the other day. I said, I can't remember how you scaffold a Debian package from scratch. So I am going to resist all my urges just to go and get a deb package that I know I already have that would suit this and just ninja it. I'm going to see if I can find how you actually scaffold a perfectly clean Debian package from scratch. So that's what we're going to do now. And what I want to do is make a deb of Quickemu, so that you can install that wrapper and it will install all the things that it needs. So let's go and Google for make a new Debian package. I wonder if that's going to be right. I'm sure there must be like a command you can run that will create the Debian directory for you, and then you can if you issue this complete rebuild. No, I don't want that, but I think this might be in the right place. So go back, other files. I know what the files are. Required files, we know that. Modifying, that's quilt. We don't worry about that for the moment. First steps. Okay. Copy the upstream software. Okay, well, actually that's something I need to do. Let's go and do that. Right, let's go. Let's make a tarball up here, a release rather. So, in fact, let's close some bugs. I need to. Right, we're just going to flip the order a little bit. We'll close some bugs. So somewhere here. Oh, I haven't pushed any of my changes. Okay. Whoop. And push. Debian Maintainers Guide is good. Yeah, I'm sure it's the right place to start. I mean, can you remember? I don't remember. I'm sure there must be a command that makes me an empty place. I'm sure. But I don't know what that is. I cannot remember.
Thank you for the follow, Stothegg85.
Thanks very much, and welcome. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. How did you find us, incidentally? Right, so I've pushed that up. Let's just grab this, because there were some bugs in there that I think I can close now, which is this. We'll copy that. So one of these bugs was Fedora support. Fixed via that. Now uses. There we go. So we will close that one. Job done. What else have we got here? Anything else we can fix? That was something that's in progress. We'll get to that another time. Copy and paste we'll get to another time. That is actually fixed now for the same reason. Fixed via Virgil snap. So system installed, qemu. And let's just tidy that up. And ooh, okay, no longer. Close with comment. Okay, so Andy Hazen says, no, not off the top of your head. No, I mean, I've been super lazy. I don't know, for about... I did it once, I think. I think I've done it once. And every other time I've just plagiarized an existing deb package that I have. No, Looks like section 2.8 dh make command takes the tar and creates a template. Oh, I don't want to take the upstream tarball. I want to. Oh no, I don't want that. I'm sure I don't want that. A booting from raw disk. Okay, that's interesting. And screen scaling performance. That was an interesting conversation, and I think all of that's working now. But I'll check on that another time. Right, so if we go to releases, let's create a new release. Choose a tag. Let's go with a 1.0. That's got to be good, hasn't it? Okay. Changes. The QEMU Virgil. Snap. Requires QEMU 6.00 as a minimum. There we go. That will do. Publish the release. Right. There we go. So we've now got something that we can package because we need a tarball. Job done. How exciting. Right. Okay. Let's go back here. If this tells me I need to do things I detest, I'm gonna cry. I don't want to do it. I want to do it this way. Right. Debianize the package using DHMake or one of the other automatic packaging tools. Okay. What are those then? Oh, right. Okay. None of those apply. Fine. So it looks like DHMake is the tool then. Delete all unneeded. Don't worry, they can be restored with DHMake -a. Okay. The apt-get sort. No, well, I can't apt-get source food because I don't have it yet. So, well, let's just fiddle around with DHMake and see what we've got available to us. We're in the wrong place, so this font's about the small side. Let's do that. Yes, Quickemu. No, let's go to the right place. Oh my goodness. Right.
Thank you for the follow, Power Coffee.
Thanks very much and welcome. How you doing? Right then, why changes to port Quickemu to macOS? Any changes to port? I don't know that QEMU works on macOS. Maybe someone can prove me wrong on that. But if QEMU works on macOS and version 6 is available, and you have Bash installed, then I see no reason why it shouldn't work. Well, it depends. Well, I'd be interested to know. Anyone that's got Mac, give it a go. Come on. Oh, thanks very much, Power Coffee. That's very kind of you. Thanks a lot. So, let's have a look. What have we got here? Prepare Debian packaging from an original source archive. Okay. Add reprocess type. Oh, I suppose did I choose the license for so many things to consider all of a sudden.
Thank you for the follow, Rabbiteer.
Thanks, Rabbiteer. Welcome. How are you? Right, let's just make sure I usually pick a license. I hope I've got one in here. It should be MIT, I'd have thought. Yes, MIT. That's my preferred license. Right. Are you going to give it a try, Archie? Okay, nice one. DHMake should get you started, says Simmons Dan. Yeah, I'm sure it should. I'm just trying to figure out what incantations I need to pass to it. I bet the shell script has bashisms that don't work on ZSH. Yeah, but the shell script says crunch bang bash. So it will run the script using bash. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a few of the Ubuntu Mate team knocking around in the chat. Power coffee. Right then, a native package. The program is Debian native. Don't generate an ORG file. No, I shouldn't do that technically. So actually, I should probably make this in a different directory, shouldn't I? So let's go. No, I think we might make it a native package for simplicity. Let's just think about this. Yeah, okay. Well, what happens if I just run dhmake? I'm just going to do nothing. What did this do? For dhmake to find a package name and version, the current directory needs to be in the format package version. Alternatively, you can use the p parameter. Okay. I'm going to assume that's the package name, which is going to be Quickemu. Using the format Quickemu 1.0.0. Single. Oh, crikey, that's picked up a bunch of stuff. License blank. Please respond. Are these details correct? No. End for single. S. Oh, alright. I'll change the license later then, shall I? Could not find that tarball. This is a... I just want it to create a template for me. I don't want it to overthink it. I just want a collection of files I can go and edit manually. Let's go... Oh, we're in the wrong place. Here we go. Let's try this then. Simple example, chapter 4. Okay, so it says do that, packaging a tarball. Okay, deb make. What's this? Deb make Debianase is an upstream. Okay, so it's going to insist we have a tarball. There's no getting around it. That's what we're going to have to do. Okay. Okay. Oh, hang on. What's this? Debian build fake group gem build info. No, no. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So there is a create org flag. Yeah, but you need the source. So yeah, I'm gonna go and grab the tarball up from myself upstream. After all, we did just make a release, so why wouldn't we? So here we go. Let's move out of this directory. Did it create any files? I don't think it did it? No. Okay. KDIR. It said I needed... Oh, actually, let's just do wget that file. Tar xvf 1.0. There we go. Huh, there we go. So now I think... Oh, we now can do dhmake, I think, without any parameters. Type of package, single. Is this correct? Yes, if you insist. Could not find... So we'll move the 1.0 to that. // So there is the upstream original source. Now we'll do that again. Oh, I've done the wrong thing. Single package, yes. Skipping because it already... What? Oh, skipping creating it. Currently there is not a top level make file. This may require additional tuning. Please edit the rules. Okay, have I got stuff? Yeah, I've got a Debian directory. Okay, let's see, what did it make for us? Oh, Jesus, what's all this? I don't need half of that. This is why I copy things. Don't need all of that. Right then, okay. We'll get rid of the things we don't need. Which is... I wonder if it's sensible enough that it knows .ex is examples and it will just leave them well alone. So, Debian rules, that's probably all we need it to do, to be fair. Not even that, thinking about it, but probably that. We probably need an install file, which it didn't actually create. So, what's salsa ci YAML? Okay, that I've never used that before. So, Debian changelog. What did it create? Quickemu 1.that did this. Well, that's all good stuff. We're not closing any bugs at the moment. And this is going to be actually uploaded to Ubuntu. Oh, well, we're not even going to do that, are we? So we'll just do that and impish 1.0 because this is going to go to a PPA. So that's fine. But then there's a load of stuff in here I don't need. For example, I don't need any of these pre-install post-in scripts. Well, as we're here, we should probably have a look at them. These are scripts that can be run, as it says, you know, post-installation, pre-installation, pre-removal, post-removal, that sort of thing, for any configuration that needs doing. Now, obviously, we don't need to do any of that. Yeah, that's salsa ci. It's pretty good, that, isn't it? Right, RM. So we don't need post-install. We don't need pre-install. We don't have cron job. We don't have any docs. I'm curious what's going to be in there. So let's have a look. So salsa YAML. Well, this is a shell script. It's not going to need any of this stuff, but it's good that it was provided. The watch file I will deal with at some point.
Thank you for the follow, Memish 1903.
Hey Memish, thanks for stopping by. How you doing? Yeah, right, okay, so I wonder if this includes all the usual suspects. Oh, it's still got SourceForge in now, bless. Right, Right, let's see if we can get that. We'll just move that watch file over to watch. We'll code that. So example, rename this file to watch, which I've just done. Compulsory line, okay. PGP, no, we're not doing that. Basic site, we're not doing that. Uncommon for an FTP server, we're not doing SourceForge. GitHub. Okay. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's going to work? Debian Git, that's not needed. Uncomment for Google Pages. Okay. Well, let's see how good that example is. This technically shouldn't work because I've already got the thing downloaded. Oh, it failed. No Debian. Oh, I'm in the wrong path. Did it find it? It did find it. You cannot execute. It didn't like something. Oh well. Specified download. Oh, it didn't like the project bit. Okay. Do I just need to do... Quickemu? Is that all that that's asking for? Let's just try that again. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I hate watch files. I'll get back to that. I actually want to get a deb working. So let's just go and code the Debian changelog, Debian rules, and Debian control. Those are the... We've done the changelog. The rules, I think... Well, we can clean that up, but I think that's going to be fine. Section. Is there one called utils? I can't remember the section names off the top of my head. We're going to make this 12 so that we can build it for focal. 451 is fine because that will work on focal. Homepage. Insert the upstream URL. Okay, we can do that. We know what that's going to be. There we go. VCS browser is going to be the same thing, and that's going to be the same thing again. Right, architecture any description. So I've got some of that stuff, haven't I? I've got some of that stuff on the project here. I might need to change that for simple shell script. There we go. That's what we'll use. So no, it is meant to be with 2 U's, Yannick. I don't recall why, but that is correct. Right then. We'll think we're not allowed to mention the project like so. There we go. Right then, that will do it. I think we have to do that. I think. Right, okay. Oh, we need to... The ever-loving Debian copyright file we'll need to edit as well. So, upstream contact, preferred name and address. Source. I wonder what it wants for that. Let's just... does it want that? No, it doesn't want it like that. Right, let's just get that in his world, and it's Quickemu. I don't think it wants the actual thing. Okay, this year. License. MIT isn't the correct string, but I'll put that in for now. I'll do that in a moment. Oh, interesting. License. So it wants Debian packaging to be under a GPL v2 license. How curious. Okay. Okay. I'll just copy that up. Yeah. Right then, so that'll do for now. It's not correct yet, but we'll, in fact, we could make it correct, couldn't we? We could go here. Click on that. Raw. Put the license here. All of that needs to be how do I? Oh, that wasn't right. Okay. So, slightly odd license choice for the packaging definitions. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was surprised. I mean, having not done this in forever, I don't recall a license being inserted there before, but never mind. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But, you know, I suppose it's my choice at the end of the day, right? I could make that MIT as well. I can't imagine that's gonna change anything. Right. Let's just right then. I think that will do it, and technically I don't think I need those lines. Okay. Well, what happens if I run dpkg build a source package? Several orig.tar files have been found. Oh, has my thing been working? That watch file did work. It's just got the wrong, it's got that in it. But what is GitHub exporting? Let's just check what's going on here. tar.gz. Well, where did the xz come from then? That doesn't say xz anywhere. Did it get repacked as an xz file? Oh well. We will ignore the fact that we've got an xz. Go to the terminal. Term. There you are. Quickemu -1 .tar. What are you? Oh, orig. don't you like now? Oh. Okay. Let's try and build a source package, see what we get. Hell. Right, okay. Let's run Lintian and see just how awful it is. So I think if we run it over that package there, we can beat all the things that are wrong. So what does it say? It says Debian rules is a dhmake template. Okay. So it's complaining that that is unmodified from the template, which is true. And the readme source is also the template. Oh, that's fair. Right, okay, so it's talking about the man page stuff. I don't have a man page. We should probably address that. I think I'm going to do that as a separate stream one day. I remember reading ages ago there is some tool that can use Markdown as the source to create man pages. I want to figure out how to do that. So I'm going to ignore the man page stuff for now. We'll come back to that a different day. We'll use that as an opportunity to learn how to do man pages in a not hideous way. Okay, upstream meta file is missing. What's a meta? Oh, I've seen these before. It didn't create one of those for us. Interesting. Well, that's also not super essential. There are helpers to create man pages. Yeah, I'm aware. I just feel like, well, I like Markdown. If I can write man pages that I can publish in Debian and they can be Markdown, there is a much higher chance of me actually making and maintaining man pages than using any other format. So if that's a thing, I'm gonna learn that. And if anyone's got any experience with it, I'd love to hear, because I want to do that. So let's just go in here. What don't we need? We don't need the man page. We don't need that. We don't need that. Nano, no code. What are these readme things then? So, Quickemu for Debian. Possible notes regarding this. If none, delete this file. There are none. This file describes information about the source package. See the debris. You will either need to modify or delete this file. Well, they've made it easy for me because deletion is my preferred option. So let's go and get rid of both of those. This is packaging a shell script after all. It is not the most sophisticated package in the world. Andoc will be able to convert it. Thank you for that, Rabbiteer. That's very helpful. Are you a package maintainer or working in any distros? Q Swazi. You've just been... Right, okay. So, source format should be quilt, right? Yeah, okay, that's good. Right, okay. So, the one thing I don't have is I could cheat, couldn't I? I wonder if this is still allowed. Save that, go here. So I have in the past used the Debian rules file to handle the install of a file into a particular location. I'm just trying to think if I've got any packages knocking around that behave in that way. Let's go and have a little look and see if I've got any cheeky packages that are mega simple. So that's got an install file, which just says do that, which is actually good enough. Let's go here. Let's do code install. Why is the Docker extension just being updated? Or does it think I need it? Oh, it's seen the source file. Go away. Go away. Don't need you right now. Right, so let's just do to user bin. I'm not sure that's going to be enough, but let's find out. There we go. What's this? I would only follow some guide if I was making... no, just... Sorry, Rabbiteer's saying here. No, just been using Linux since Slackware 3. Yes. I can't remember what version of Slackware I started with, but it was very early on. It was... Pretty sure Slackware was the second distro that I used. I started with Yggdrasil and then went to Slackware and stuck with that for, well, most of the 90s. You still using Slackware, or are you on something else now? Yeah, so Rabbiteer, it's funny. I do a bit of Debian packaging here. I maintain packages in Debian. But what I'm doing this evening is something I haven't done for as long as I can remember, which is actually create a deb package from scratch. So I feel very uncomfortable with this because I'm used to just having a package that needs massaging rather than creating one from scratch. But, you know, learning some things. Right. So if I just deb build this, there we go. Because there is nothing to compile or anything, so it should just work. And there's a deb there, so if I open that within Grandpa, we'll be able to tell whether or not this is actually got the right things inside it. So, user bin, holy cow, check it out. It's got a thing inside it. Share doc Quickemu. Oh, and the copyright file and the changelog. Okay, that seems reasonable. I think that might be it. So actually what we'll do now is we'll go back to the Debian control file, because this was the whole point of doing this, was to make it easy to install Quickemu and get all the other bits you need. So I know that BSD games, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Without looking, can anyone, well, you probably will have to look, can anyone guess why BSD games is a requirement for this? QEMU system and wget are a requirement. Let's just go and look at the source code. I say source code, the shell script, and figure out what we're missing. Let's think. ArchieRP says it's for Easter eggs inside. It kind of is. In the original stream I spoke about, or one of the streams where I created it, I talked about it. I'll explain in just a moment. It's to do with Mac OS. What we're doing, it's Quickemu, isn't it? So let's just have a look through here and see what we need. So we know we need wget. I know I need BSD games. We need the recommend the thing that does Samba, so we need to find that. So I'll just look down through here and remind myself of any actual external binaries that this uses other than qemu. Oh, LSUSB. What's that part of? DPPG minus S. LSUSB is part of USB utils. Don't need that. So USB utils. And what else have we got in here? So here we go. This is what BSD Games is used for. ROT13 is in the BSD Games tool. To boot Mac OS, you need a specific string you need to pass into the VM. And Apple are very litigious about places where they find that string. So I ROT13 encrypted it so I could leave it in the source repository and not get discovered. So that's what that's there for. So if you want to find out what that string is, you can go and do that thing now and figure it out. But you can't boot a macOS VM unless you know this and a couple of other little tricks. So there you go. There's some class encryption for you there. So QEMU image wrap and sort can be your formatting friend when you get all done. Yes, yeah, wrap and sort, definitely. I do use that. I bet that's in my command history. Stat. I don't think I need to be specific enough about that. I'm pretty sure that's a standard thing, but let's be... Oh, that's because I typed it wrong. Core utils. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be installed, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. So, core utils. So going further through here. nproc. That's in core utils too. Good. Free. That's probably is as well, isn't it? Proc PS. Okay. So add that in. Oops, in the wrong spot. So free and oh, here we go. Xrandr. Oh, that'll need some consideration. Can you guess what I'm thinking, Andy Hasten? Right, okay. See you, Yannick. Thanks for stopping by. Right, so how many more things are we going to find that I just forgotten that I... So this xrandr thing, I'm thinking might need to think about another way of doing that, or two ways of doing it. One to accommodate Wayland, if this Wayland display server is running. Ah, it was this one, wasn't it? SMBD. I won't have that installed, so it's not going to find it, is it? SMBD. Yeah, not found because I don't have that package installed. So let's go here. Debian packages. Search for packages with the name SMBD. Search. And it's in the package Samba. The whole thing? Seriously? Man. I'm going to make that not a recommends, but a suggests, because you don't want to have all of Samba thrown on your system, do you? It's not a sub package with just that in it, is there? Samba common bin. What's this? I think this might be it, actually. Come on, come on, faster, load. Right, come on. Load. There we go. What's included in this package? List of files. Not what we wanted, just the man pages. Bother. Okay. Wayland Fun. Yeah, I wonder if there's... So I've got this feeling that there is something like wrandr or something like that. That is... It's not full featured, but it does some of the same interrogation things. Or maybe it's like... Instead of xinfo, it's winfo. Something like that. I'll need to go and look. But I can obviously go and see if there's all of the environment variables presented to suggest that the Wayland display server is running, and then use that to say, right, now we'll go and, you know, use a Wayland tool to figure out display resolutions. So it should be doable. Hey, Big Pod, how are you? So, SMBD. Really? Is that really? So if I go down here and say list of all files, is SMBD in there? No, that's a lie. Ah, here we go. Ah, well that's interesting. So it's sbin. SMBD. So it's the Samba package and it's in sbin. So actually there's a bug in my thing here. Oh no, that is not. Fine. Right, okay. Well, let's make it a suggests, not a recommends. Have we got anything in recommends? Well, that can't really be a recommends, can it? It's kind of... I suppose it's fine. Suggests Samba. Gosh, that's a bit good. So, Big Pod says, I absolutely hate Twitch notifications. People cry about YouTube notifications, but Twitch notifications are literally 1,000,000 times worse. Why is that, Big Pod? Why are they worse? Did you not get one? Or did you get lots? Okay, so back to this. Let's just finish looking through here. So we know we needed that, so that's taken care of. And that's fine. That's the port forwarding stuff. It's fine. There's nothing external here. And this is actually launching QEMU for different boot environments. Okay. This is all fine. There's nothing in there. dir name and real path. Wow. Okay. Real path is in core utils. That's good. dir name also in core utils. Okay, so those are accounted for. That's all good. There's no, this is all environment variables. Base name, that's definitely core utils. QEMU image is definitely going to get installed because we've said QEMU system. So all of this is just variables. There's nothing there. The disk image thing, we know that's going to get pulled in. Wow, okay, I think we're done. So I think those are indeed the dependencies for Quickemu. So let's do that. So Mistype suggests, thank you very much. I do appreciate this virtual pair programming. I love it when people point out my typos and screw ups. Thank you for that, Archie. Right then, hey Joey Bites, how you doing? My notifications are usually about 5 minutes after a stream starts. Okay, interesting. I mean, I post notifications into my Discord. I sometimes tweet them. I'm trying to restrain myself from tweeting out when I go live.
Thank you for the follow, created_.
Hey created, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, it definitely helps. When I do tweet, most people come to the stream because of a tweet that I've posted rather than any other thing that I do. Right then, so we've now got a deb package, which I think is going to build. And also has the appropriate dependencies and things. But we need to change this, I think. We do need to change this.
Thank you for the follow, Music Links.
Thanks very much, Music Links. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. Let's just tidy this up. Right then, there we go. We've now got a change log. So I'm going to do Dan's tip now because so Big Pod says you don't have Discord turned on because I'm working on something for school that needs to get done in 7 hours. Well, considering you're 2 hours ahead of me, it looks like you're pulling an all-nighter, Big Pod. Big Pod. Right then, where were we? We're going to do Dan's thing. So Dan said do wrap and sort. So there we go. There's my standard wrap and sort. There we go. Let's go and see. I always worry, but let's go and see what that did. Hopefully that has not really changed anything at all. We're good. The install file, control. I mean, that's usually the one that's interesting. Right then. So we'll save that. We know that's fine. We'll tweak that in a moment, and we don't need that open. So let's go and rebuild the deb source package and then upload it to the PPA. So let's rebuild the source package and then put that in the PPA, which we've called Quickemu. Let's type it correctly. And then this source package for Impish. Like so. And if we go here, here's our PPA. And if we refresh this, we should see. Oh, come on, be a bit quicker. This is where I worry that, because I have to go and check emails if it doesn't turn up promptly, because it means it's been rejected, and I have to go and read an email like an animal to find out why. Oh, come on. Oh, you know you want to be in here, really. Come on. Oh, please. Come on, come on. Faster. Someone feed the hamsters. We'll just give it a couple of minutes then. So, hopefully that's going to turn up. I suppose I better just, I'll just do this. I will go to the main chat screen and I will start my email client over here and have a quick look and make sure I don't have your package got rejected because you're an idiot. Yeah, it did. It got rejected. Why did it get rejected? The package size. Oh, man. So there's nothing wrong with my package at all. So actually we'll submit it to another PPA to be built. Because I think I just want to check that it builds okay. So the issue is, if we look in this PPA here, if we go to the overview of the PPA, Quickemu, I think at the beginning of the stream I said I turned on debug symbols because I've never done it before and I wanted to see what happened. Well, what happened is it created 5 gigabytes of debug symbols, and each PPA is limited to 2 gigabytes. So I think what I might have to consider here we go, that's what I was looking for. So it's 6 gigabytes of 2 gigabyte allocation. I could ask for more space, but actually I'll just, how do I do this? I can't delete. Yeah, so here's all these debug symbols, and that's what's taking up all the space. So I will, well, now I know that, I mean, it's a useful feature, but I had no idea just how much space it was going to take up. So maybe if I create another PPA, how am I going to do this? I could just submit them all to build. I could delete the PPA and submit them all to build again. That's a little bit heavyweight, but that would do it. Well, that's a problem for another time. Let's go and submit this to my jank playground area. So, oh, I need to force it now because it knows it's been uploaded somewhere. Right, let's upload it there. Navycat says maybe BSD games also suggests. No, I'm going to make that a recommends because recommended packages are installed by default unless you say otherwise. And it's a recommends because I suspect most people that are going to be using Quickemu are going to be running Linux distros. Whereas, you know, if you want to do Mac, you need BSD games, but you don't want to have to second guess why a script is busted. So the script doesn't do any sanity checking to see if rot13 is available or not. It just assumes that it is. So I'll leave it as a recommends. Whereas the Samba stuff, if it's not there, the script knows to say, well, it's not available. I won't do this. Lucy, hey there, how you doing? Before being stuck with having to use Windows natively, used QEMU a ton. It's awesome what you're doing. Well, thanks very much. I'm not a QEMU developer. I'm writing a wrapper around QEMU that it simplifies the management of these things. Oh. Could not find a PPA owned by... I typed the PPA name backwards. Let's try that again. Let's try that. It's a good job I left my email client open. Right, sorry Launchpad. There's an idiot on the end of the line this evening and I'm hurling packages in all the wrong places. Right then. Repository transfer. Okay, interesting. Okay, right. Let's see. That one was accepted. Woohoo! So that should build in record time. So let's just go and take a look at that other PPA. And we should see that that is installed. And then I could actually use Quickemu to launch an impish VM and install Quickemu in that VM and make sure that all of the appropriate packages get installed. So that would be fun. So down here we've got play park. No, well, I haven't got broad upload privileges, so PPA depends on disabled archives. What? Okay. So let's I need to delete this PPA at some point. It's full of rubbish. It just needs to. It's a highly experimental area. But for Impish we have these things, and down here there should be, there it is. So this is something we need to change. So it's currently building for any arc and it needs to build for all. So we could go and fix that. So what this is one of those sort of slightly opaque things where I always have to think twice about it. So in the Debian control file, it says here architecture any, which means it will try and build a native native package on every architecture. But if we say all, you can use this for things like pure Python packages, shell scripts, or assets like icons and themes where the content is architecture agnostic. So we'll change that to all because we don't need this to be built. You know, it's just a shell script. It doesn't need to be built, so it's fine. So let's go back here and just touch the changelog suffix with a 1.1. That's the wrong button. That one. There we go. Rebuild that source package and put that one up over the top of the one we're building. There we go. So let's have a look here. So Stan says at least, oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So, and I've seen this comment as well. That's good. Oh, hang on. No, I haven't seen this, I don't think. So Lucy says, honestly, simplifying QEMU is just as important as core in my opinion. QEMU is way too complex for me to use through the CLI. Used QEMU at the time, but we'll consider Quickemu next time. Yeah, Quickemu's a shell script wrapper. You just have to provide very, very minimal configuration. It's well documented and you can run Linux, Windows and Mac OS using it. So it's just designed to get out of your way, and you don't have to have you don't have to have the VMs installed on the system partition anywhere. You can. So one of the reasons is I used to carry around a large USB drive full of VMs for testing and what have you, and I used Quickemu to, run those VMs off of USB drives. So that's another motivation for this. I want my VMs anywhere. Hello Adam, how are you? What's good? Quickemu's good. Quickemu's good tonight. We're giving that a little bit of a refresh, bit of some love. So let's just refresh this, and what we can do is we'll filter this list as well. We'll filter this with contains quick filter. There we go. So now we've just got one build going, look, and it says it's building on AMD 64.
Thank you for the follow, Woozy_.
Hey Woozy, thanks very much for the follow. Thanks for joining the stream. How are you? It's uploading, so the build log should be super simple. You know, it would have just stood up the basic stuff, and here we go. There's our package contents, just like that. Wow, if this works, this is going to be great. I'm hoping this will be really helpful for the QA team to just get up and running even quicker. I've learned something. I've learned how to start a deb package from scratch, or relearned how to start a deb package from scratch. That's a skill that had fallen out the back of my head at some point. Is this one of those nerdy Linux things again? Yes, Adam. Yes, it is. Only build on AMD 64 architecture. Yeah, that's right. So that should work. So now what we'll do is go to my directory full of virtual machines. We will use Quickemu to start my Ubuntu Mate dev machine, which is impish. So when this boots, I'll just have to drag that down onto the right screen. Here we go. So here we go. Here is a VM being powered by Quickemu. Quickemu initiated it. There's all of the guff. So we're now using all the system, QEMU and all the rest of it. So if I just open a terminal in the VM, we'll password is test, by the way. We'll just get this VM update all up to date, and then we'll install Quickemu inside this machine, and that should install everything that Quickemu needs. Right, so let's give you a full beans install. This should be bringing in all the latest Mate packages as well, I think, because they should be in here somewhere. Or maybe I've already done that, I can't remember. Right then. Always nerdy Linux stuff here. Even when we're playing games, it's nerdy Linux stuff. I don't think there's anything I've ever... Oh, well, to be fair, we were talking about nerdy microphone stuff for a little bit the other evening, but, you know, ostensibly, the nerdy microphone stuff was connected to nerdy Linux stuff, so... Yeah. If you like nerdy Linux stuff, and you're new here, you are in the right place. Right, there's about 20 people in chat at the moment, or watching. Can I ask you all to do something? Can you all just type hello, everyone in chat? Just type hello. There is an achievement. If you can get 20 people all typing at the same time, it will unlock more emotes in the channel. So if you could all do that, I don't know if we can trick the Twitch masters into believing that 20 people were all having a conversation at the same time, but if it works, I can hopefully unlock some stuff. And also there's some new names here, so hello to those of you that I've not seen in here before. Thank you very much for stopping by. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient to fool the bots into unlocking emotes, but if it works, thank you very much. And Quantum. I'm just going to go with Quantum. All those extra bits on the end confuse things, but welcome to the stream, Quantum. Right, that's updated. So let's just give this a restart. Just restart the VM. If it works on one of the streams, we can decide what additional emote to add, because those of you that know me from other Telegram channels and stuff will know that I have a pack of things that we can add to Twitch. You just have to earn the rights to do it from Twitch. They've got pretty high bar for some of the emote unlocks. So that's there. Let's just go and take a look and see if that package is published in the PPA, because we can't install anything until it's actually published, and that's the bit that usually takes some time. Let's have a look. Well, we could ninja it, couldn't we? We could just go in here and grab that deb. Let's do that. So here's our VM. Let's start Firefox in the VM. Let's go to Play Park. And let's filter all of this down. Right then, let's go and find the one that's built. There it is. Let's download this deb. So we won't wait for it to publish, we'll just cheat. Did that finish? Did I see that finish? I think so. Okay, there it is. So sudo apt, oh sorry, I need to do the font size down. I sudo apt install // it's not capitalized, Quickemu. Password is test, by the way. Well, check it out, look at that. I can see BSD games at the front of that list. I'm considering that winning. What else did we have that we knew that it was going to need? Well, some of it was basic stuff like wget and core utils, things that I'd expect to be installed by default. So the fact that it's picking up BSD games, that is working just a treat. Awesome. So there it is. So I think what I'm tempted to do is actually delete the Quickemu PPA entirely, and it will take some while for that to disappear, and then create a new PPA and upload the source packages again, so that I don't have all the debug symbols in there, which uses up all the disk space. That's the plan. That's the plan. So what have we got here? Firefox is looking a bit strange recently, I admit. I don't know when that... I don't use Firefox as my daily browser. I haven't done for some time now. So I don't know when that change was introduced. Yeah. Given that Brave is an open source browser, I wonder... Martin's thinking about introducing Brave into... Because it's a viable alternative to Chromium and things, isn't it? Right, okay. Well, Brave is my daily browser. It's the browser what I use. So that's working a treat. I think what we'll do is close this VM down. It's done its job. Shut down. That's great. Okay, that's been another good one. We've actually got something done there. So, so you're using Edge because you like the look of it. Is that one of the things you're saying there, Big Pod? Let's have a look here. Adam says, I forgot I had the stream going in my living room. When I heard it, I thought someone was in my house. I'm in your house. Right then. Yeah, Microsoft Edge. I mean, we had this conversation on stream a few nights ago. There were several people using Edge. I mean, it's a decent browser. There's no getting away from it. Right then. That's all good. We now know that this is all fine. I'm just going to go and see that I definitely have everything synced So my development directory, this directory here, which has got by project lots of stuff checked out into it. I use sync thing to sync this between like the machine behind me, my laptop, my workstation in the other office, so that irrespective of whether I've committed things to Git or not, the state of the working tree is identical in all places. It works super reliably. It's absolutely great. So if you're doing development and you have multiple places you do development, using sync thing to sync your dev environment around is amazing. It works so well. It's never screwed up. Oh god, I've jinxed it now. I have no wood to touch. Actually, amazingly, how good is this? Package arrived from Amazon today. It's full of blocks of wood. So I can unjinx it. So, I'll just open my little bag of blocks of wood and I will touch a block of wood and it will be well in the universe. There we go. Right. It's fine now. It's fine. Right then. So I was packaging up builds of QEmu for... That was in LP, I think. That's Launchpad. What? Oh, hang on. There's a couple of questions here. So... yes, I'd love a beer. I'm without a drink at the moment. I'm a little bit thirsty, I have to say. So using a Microsoft browser on Linux just feels wrong. Yeah, some people feel that way. It's a good browser though. I was saying that I'm considering it for when my daughter starts browsing the web a bit more because it's got really good parental controls and stuff in it. So Ali, all of the music I use in my streams is from Streambeats. If you go to streambeats.com, you can find out everything you need to know there. And Edge, yeah, well, they're using Blink these days, aren't they? So WebKit got forked by Google / Chromium to Blink, so they're all based on the Blink engine, which has its lineage back to WebKit and KHTML. Right then, what am I doing here? I'm looking for QEmu 0. That's what I'm looking for. So okay, I have everything I need here. So that was what I did at the weekend. So I have that, and I also have no, it was lib something, lib uring. There it is. Okay, we're golden. So let's do it. Let's go for it. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Let's go and torpedo that PPA, because that was a big mistake. But I've learned from my mistakes. I will never do that unless I absolutely need to again. Let's go and zappity zap this one. Delete PPA and permanently delete. Right, now we wait. So I probably am not going to sit here and, well, I don't know, am I going to sit here and wait? What do you reckon? Should we have a chat about something whilst we wait for that PPA to get toasted? We can then upload a bunch of packages. It'd be good to finish the thing. I tell you what, I'm going to get a drink because I am seriously thirsty. So I'm just going for a quick break. I'll be back in. Whoops. I was a little bit quick off the mark there. I'm just going for a quick break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bye for a moment. See you in a minute. hello. Right, I am returned with beer. Does everyone else have a beverage? Tea, coffee, a pint of milk? Well, this is going to be noisy. I do apologise for the sounds of noisiness. Right then. Oh, crikey. It's absolutely baking here today. What's it like where you are, Andy? I mean, it's intolerably hot again today. Where did that come from? Thought we were past that, but there you go. Right then. So, we've got some chat here. So, oh, whiskey. That's very sophisticated, Graham. So, Joey, I do have an empty glass of milk. Oh, very good. Oh, and the other night you tried the baby editor. Yes, by total coincidence, Twitch just suggested a watch a Python dev for a while. Turned out to be the developer of Baby. Yes, interesting. So that was fun. That was fun. I as soon as I typed the name in on the command line, I realised how clever that name was. That was absolute genius. For anyone that's here, that wasn't here the other evening when we were talking about that stuff, there's a text editor that's like a nano clone implemented in Python, and it's called Baby. And if you just type, if you've got I think it's ISO European, no, it'll have to be US or English keyboard. If you type Baby, and if you type Nano, you'll see why Baby has got the name it has. It was very clever. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's better. That's nice and cold. Gosh, I needed that. Right then. So. Yeah, so I think it's because it's French is Azerty and the Germans have got something else and the Spanish have something else. So I think it's only English and US and English derivated keyboards that it will make sense on, but nevertheless, clever. Oh, well, actually, no. It will be the same for everyone, right? Because it doesn't matter where the letters are. Nano... Oh, no, it will matter. Yeah, maybe it only works in English. I'd be interested to know. I'm going to have to go and look at different keyboard layouts to be certain. Let's just have a look and see if our PPA is deleted yet. I really don't think it will be. Be nice if it was. You think they'd want that disk space back as quickly as possible? Yeah, it's not, is it? Okay, well, we'll wait. So, is there anyone here that plays cooperative video games? Not necessarily first-person shooters, but that's, obviously one to consider. But we were playing some racing the other evening, and then I was thinking, we were teaming up on this one guest racer that had joined our lobby, and I thought it was quite funny how we were calling out to each other where they were and how to nerf them. Terribly unsporting, but nevertheless quite amusing. And I was thinking, if we've started cooperating with one another, we should probably try and find a co-op game to capitalise on this newfound team camaraderie. But I don't know many games like that. The only ones I could think of are things like Warzone, but that's a bit new and doesn't run on Linux because of anti-cheat. Oh. So, if you're new here, hello, welcome, thank you for coming. I also stream most mornings, breakfast time mornings, European time. So do give us a follow if you're in Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, because I do all sorts of Linux nerdery first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's updating random projects, sometimes it's working on stuff, sometimes it's a little bit of show and tell. But yeah, if you, I usually make 2 mugs of tea and I stream for a bit and have a chat with people and work on some stuff and get some ideas for projects from, you know, people. So yeah, get followed. Stuff happens in the morning too. Right, Jolt Cola just says Stadia. Is Stadia a game? Because when you say Stadia, I think of Google Stadia, which I don't all laugh at once. I am a subscriber of Google Stadia. But is Stadia a game? If so, what is it? I don't know anything about that. So Big Pod says you'd rather boot into Windows than cloud gaming. I'm not opposed to using Windows or Mac OS per se. It's just I am so comfortable in Linux now after decades of using it that I just don't enjoy using the other operating systems as much as I admire Mac OS. However, I mean, I could get comfortable there. I'm certain of it. And part of me thinks if I chose to boot into Windows every time I needed Windows for something, then it's kind of the easy way out. I'm in a position where I can make tools to hopefully mean you have to boot into Windows less and stay in Linux more. And I think Quickemu is a perfect example of that. You know, I was saying earlier, the reason I did the USB pass-through piece is because I wanted to update firmware on lots of different devices. And I was able to do that. You can download the Windows 10 ISO from the Microsoft website, boot it up in Quickemu, have it installed in like 20 minutes, pass through the USB ID of these. Actually, this is the charging case for my headset. Plug that in, hit the firmware update button on the firmware updater, and I updated the firmware in 4 sets of earbuds. And what else did I do? I've done loads of things. So you know, I'm patient as well. I mean, I was just used to play games on console whilst Linux wasn't a viable gaming platform. And as soon as Steam started to emerge, then that was it. The PlayStation 3, that went on eBay, and I've been a PC gamer ever since. I say PC gamer. I'm not a serious gamer by any stretch. Although I did get a new controller today. Oh, look out, Big Pod. New controller is good. I took it out for a test drive earlier. New controller good. I feel like I may be having a return to form on account of the new controller. So, Google Chrome's talk again. Still banging on about browsers, people. So, what IDN? Okay. Navy Cat, you say from your analysis, are you a security researcher? You like Sea Monkey because it looks like Windows 98. Hey, if Jolt Cola, if that's your jam, if you like things that look like Windows 98, I do a podcast with some. I don't know how you found us, so I don't know if you know anything about me. But I do a podcast with some friends of mine. It's called the Ubuntu Podcast, and we just interviewed the lead developer of Serenity OS. Yeah, if you like a bit of retro desktop, go and check out Serenity OS. It's amazing. It's not a daily driver OS, but it is so impressive what they're doing over there. And so much feels for like nostalgic 90s desktop. It's terrific. Yeah, and also, you know, that one of the themes is an absolute banging macOS clone, and the one that I'm using, it looks like Next Step, or very close to Next Step, which I was fortunate enough to use for a little while. And in the early days of me using Linux, I was using After Step and Window Maker and all sorts of things like that to sort of recreate that look and feel, and that was the way to run, you know, the Linux in air quotes desktop back then. Right, should we take another look? Try our luck. Oh, I see. Thanks for that, Big Pod. Yeah, Window Maker was great. After Step, I used both, and I think I started with After Step and moved to Window Maker. I can't be absolutely certain. It's a long time ago now, but I definitely used both. And the interesting thing was, whichever it was, I think it was, well, either one of them, there was all sorts of add-ons and plugins. Oh, our PPA has disappeared. Awesome. Hey, that's good. We're going to be able to do all of this. So, I'll just tell you a little story. One of the plugin authors that was working on After Step or Window Maker, I think it was After Step, that was making things like the mail notifier and there was CD player, docs and all sorts of things, was Commander Taco, who created Slashdot. So in the very early days, we were involved in that. Yeah, doc apps. That's it. That's the thing. Yeah. So let's do this then. Let's create a new PPA. We did this the other day. What did we do this the other day for? Something. Probably Ubuntu Mate related. I can't figure out what screen I'm on. There we go. Right then, create a new PPA. It is going to be called Quickemu. And it is going to be called Quickemu. Ah, damn. That's a shame. There is no emu emoji. Right, that will do for the moment with regards to things. So we'll activate that. We will then edit the PPA dependencies, and we need to add that. Oh, come on, find it. Collection.org. I've got a build tools thing in here somewhere that we need. So I'll just explain what I'm doing. On Focal, which is 2004, some apps now, backports, need newer build tools to compile stuff. So I have, oh my gosh, why can't I find this? Oh, no. So I have created a PPA with Mason and Ninja in it, and it is here. Here it is. So I'm going to copy that string and go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm adding this as a dependency of the Quickemu PPA, but it's a build dependency. Okay, so what this means is that when I upload packages to build for Focal into the Quickemu PPA, it also has access to this build tools PPA, where it can access the newer versions of Mason and Ninja. So that's what I've just done there. But this means that when you add the Quickemu PPA to your machine to run Quickemu, it doesn't pollute your system with new versions of Mason and Ninja, which you may not have wanted. So that's that bit done. And now we'll go and add the architecture support here. So we also want ARM, and I don't care for mainframes and RISC and stuff. Should we give them what it is? No, that's fine. Plenty good enough. So there is a blank PPA. So we will now go to here. We know that the Focal version needs this. So Debian changelog. And that's fine. So we will just build that and upload it. It remembers from last time I did it. Which I may need to do this because it may have an upload file knocking around from before. So we know that that needs to get sent up. So off it goes. And I've just thought of something we need to change in our Quickemu package, because we've got a check in the code to say 6.0.0. About 6.0 will do it, won't it? So what we're doing is we're making sure here we're versioning the version of Quickemu. So if somebody just grabs a Quickemu deb for, say, Bionic and tries to install it, it won't install because it'll have an unsatisfied dependency, which is the newer version of Quickemu. So that's something that we need. So we'll save that and then we'll upload a revised version of that package. So you can be 1.2 and over here. So we'll upload this 3 times. We can upload this because that's a runtime requirement, so it's fine that it can't be satisfied. It will build fine, is what I mean. So let's put that into Quickemu, and that package there. And then we will change it for, we'll upload this for Hirsute and Focal. So I put those PPA suffixes on so it's easy to make mistakes and recover from them. Right, so let's rebuild you. Upload with Hirsute. And actually doing this is helpful because it gives us some time for the other package to update and build that we need to compile Quickemu. So that's that one. Let's go and do the same for Focal. And Focal. So those are all taken care of. Right, let's think. Let's go and check the... No, we need to go to development LP and QEMU 6. Oh, Debian changelog. So we'll just do something. We'll get this one uploading and building for Pursuit. Okay. So we will, in fact, actually, I've got a source package. QEMU-6. There we go. Right, so we will dput collection.org and we'll put the Pursuit build up there because that doesn't require any packages to be built ahead of time. So up that can go. Right. So I see that Woozy asked, what was that emoji selector? This is ULauncher, which does a whole bunch of things. But if I do control space, you get this search thing. EM activates the emoji search. So EM, and then you start typing, and then you can pick your emoji and paste them. It's flipping great. I do use it for other things, but I use it hundreds of times a day just to get emoji. Does the builder architecture. So Andy Hazen says, if it's building for all, does the builder architecture even matter? No. It builds on AMD 64 because that's where most built. There are more of them, basically. So let's go and see how those things are building. Here's our PPA. We should have something to show for our uploads. Here we go. View package details. So far, right, okay, good. So Quickemu has uploaded and built for the 3 releases we're going to target. And this library, which we need to build QEMU for Focal, has built but hasn't published yet. So we can't, well, we could, but we're not going to upload QEMU for Focal until that publishes, because otherwise it's just going to go, I haven't got a thing I need. So it's just a little waiting game for the time being. Oh man, this is great. I've wanted to get to this, but I've had this on my list of things I've wanted to do for flipping ages. This is great. I'm really pleased that I've pulled my finger out. Well, I'm really pleased that a friend of mine came to me with an idea that was the catalyst for me saying I really should do this. So yeah, I'm very happy about this. What I'll be interested to see now is if people on other distros will pick up Quickemu a bit more, because for distro testing it's super useful. And you know, it's not designed to be fancy or flashy like, you know, Virt Manager or VirtualBox or anything like that. Right then, we're just watching this whir around. Go back to main chat. So what am I going to be doing next? I know that one morning I'm going to be working on a little FFmpeg script which will extract all of the audio from my recordings of my live streams And this is so I want to get better at actually like archiving live streams. So I need to write a little script. You can upload videos to Twitch, but you can't upload the ones with discrete audio. So I need to write a little script to monkey those around, which I might do tomorrow morning, maybe. And then later in the week, over on the Slim DevOps Twitch channel, we're doing a follow-on from our Containers 101. So we're going to take our Containers 101 that we did 2 weeks ago, which is like your I'm a complete container beginner, and sort of skill you up with the basics. And then we're going to now take that container that we created and apply sort of best practices to turn it into a production ready container. So that's what we're going to be doing on Thursday over on the Slim DevOps channel. But I think tomorrow I'll do the FFmpeg script, because I really need to get on that, because I've got a backlog of stuff that I've not archived or uploaded anywhere. Thank you, Ali. I will definitely raid at the end of this one. In fact, what I'll do is I will open Twitch over here and go into the game development. This category is growing quite quickly. So I will go in there and I will find someone to raid. There's someone doing Rust, InfoSec, always learning. There's always someone in here writing a Twitch bot. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's always someone working on a Twitch bot. I'm just looking to see if there's someone in here that would be doing something. Oh, Golang, interesting. There's none of the. A couple of my friends were streaming the other night, and I was really disappointed I didn't go and raid. There's a friend of mine who's a Commodore 64 developer, and he's just been sent a Mega 65, and he was doing Mega 65 development, and I was like, oh man, I forgot again, and I could have dumped a load of people in there. It's really interesting what he's doing. Oh, Liorum board is being developed over here. That's an interesting one for people streaming on Windows. I'm surprised there's not more people watching that. If you've got any ideas for people to raid, do let me know. I'm just looking. None of my circle of friends are streaming at the moment. So there's a Rust stream. That looks quite interesting. Strimmer. Biopunk game development. Well, I don't know. We'll find someone. I will have a look in here in just a moment. Again, how's this going over here? Come on, publish. Debut ring. We're just waiting for you. We're just wait. Oh, come on. Don't keep me hanging around. You know what? I think I'm going to upload it. Because once it's uploaded, if it fails, which it probably will, Oh, will it actually? No, because the assets are there. Yeah, let's find out. Let's learn together. Let's upload the focal build. Oh, gosh. The focal build. There it is. Focal. Source changes. Off we jolly well go. So, Joey Bite says there's still devs in the science and tech category. Not everyone has realised. Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have known about it had it not been for was it you actually? There was somebody definitely was in my stream one morning and told me, and I'd got the wrong end of the stick, because I was like, oh, I've tried to use all the tags I can. It completely went over my head that they were talking about a new category. But I'm very pleased to have known about it, and it was someone else in my stream that told me that the Linux tag had appeared in a selection of Twitch tags, and that definitely had an impact, because I know for a fact a couple of people found me through that tag being in my my streams. I mean, there are far fewer people following the software and game development category, but when I first looked, when this was brand new, which was what, 3 days ago, there was 1,000 people following it, and there's now 8,000, well, close to 8,000. And there's 1,000 people in here following along at the moment. So this is growing quite fast. It's definitely the place to be for, you know, this type of stuff. And then, you know, and what's interesting is it's mostly our people. Do you know what I mean? It's mostly open source. I mean, there are game developers in here as well, of course, naturally, because Twitch. But those people that are doing, you know, not game development, but software development, it's mostly our crowd. It's great. Absolutely love it. Making a small game. He looks like he's having a hard time. I remember what that feels like. I tied myself up in knots one evening. Man, I was tired that day. Okay, well, let's see. There's no one in here that I recognise. Always learning and building. Somebody doing an OBS thing here. Who's okay. Well, there's somebody doing Rust. Lots of Unity development going on over here. Making a mobile platformer. Well, that could be an interesting one. He looks like he's having fun. Okay. Let me just have a look. Let me just do that. See if we can find anything. There's a pair of people reading the Rust docs at the moment. It might be one of them you've spotted. Yeah, that is who I saw for sure. Yeah. Ah. Here's somebody I know who's doing game streaming, but they're a Linuxy person. Well, it's typical, isn't it? The night I remember, there's no one I know doing it. Oh, disappointed. Right, well, I'll just give this one last check to make sure that these things have indeed uploaded. What are the chances this is going to exceed 2? Oh, I don't believe it. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I do believe it. I believe that completely. That's what we expected. So I need to click on rebuild for that in the morning. Oh, okay, right. Let's find someone. Somebody doing infosec stuff. I've actually forgotten how to do raids. I can't remember. That looks like OBS. Well, I tell you what, these people doing Rust, that is, yeah. You say just raid channel, like I can do that.
Ele bane já no canal. Aqui,
oh,
ó.
that's
Banindo aqui monte agora há pouco.
We can all hear that. It's not in English. Whatever I've just clicked on. I need to click on this. Mute site. Can I do that? That doesn't affect me, does it? Okay. Okay, here we go. Right, we will raid another developer-y type. Let's do that thing. So, I can click on a button over here. I've got a raid channel button. There we go. Right then, we're doing this. Are we ready? We're gonna have a go at this. Be nice. Say lovely things and be friendly. Thank you for coming, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Let's go and see jail codes. We're off. I think we're going anytime soon, any moment now. Oh, here we go. I can click the raid now button apparently. Did that work? That didn't work. Oh well. I'm not sure that worked. In any case, thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye for now. I'm on the wrong button page and everything. I didn't do a very good job of that, did I? Ending. Bye.